When you grow old, do this, and people will respect you immediately. Aging comes with its own set of challenges and opportunities. By the time you reach your golden years, you've earned the wisdom, experience, and perspective that only decades of living can provide. Yet, there may be moments when you feel overlooked, underestimated, or even disrespected. This is not just about others' behavior. Sometimes it's about how you present yourself and set boundaries. Respect is not something you demand, it's something you command through your presence, actions, and choices. Let's explore actionable steps you can take to ensure that others treat you with the dignity and respect you deserve, regardless of your age. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. First impressions. Your presence speaks volumes. In every interaction, especially as you age, the way you carry yourself sets the tone for how others treat you. First impressions are not just fleeting moments, they are the foundation of respect. While society may sometimes undervalue older adults, your presence can challenge that bias, showing the world that age is a source of strength, not a limitation. When meeting someone for the first time, rise to greet them, no matter how you feel physically. Standing up is a quiet yet powerful statement that says, I am here and I matter. This small gesture shows that you respect yourself enough to engage fully in the moment, and in turn, it encourages others to mirror that respect. A handshake, firm but warm, paired with steady eye contact, speaks louder than words. It tells the person before you that they are being met not by someone who has grown tired with age, but by someone who has grown wise. It's easy to overlook how much our physical demeanor communicates. Subtle things like looking down or avoiding eye contact can unintentionally send signals of submission or insecurity. But by holding your gaze, you project confidence, saying, I am fully present and I see you. This connection fosters mutual respect, transcending generational divides. It's not about overpowering others, but about meeting them as equals. Your voice also plays a crucial role. As the years pass, it's tempting to let your tone soften or trail off, as if your words carry less weight. Resist this. Speak clearly, with intention, and allow your words to carry the depth of your experiences. When you speak with conviction, you remind others that you have something worth listening to. Your voice, like your life, is rich with meaning, and it deserves to be heard. These small but profound actions, standing, maintaining eye contact, speaking with clarity, are acts of self-respect. And when you respect yourself, you naturally command respect from those around you. First impressions are not about perfection, they're about presence. They're about showing the world that even as the years pass, your value remains unshaken and your wisdom shines brighter than ever. In every interaction, remember, your presence is your power. 2. Setting boundaries with grace. Respect often begins where boundaries are drawn. As you navigate your later years, the importance of setting clear, thoughtful boundaries becomes even more essential, not just for protecting your own sense of dignity, but for teaching others how to treat you. Boundaries are not about confrontation. They are about clarity, showing that you honor yourself enough to expect the same from others. In moments when someone interrupts you or dismisses your voice, it's easy to feel frustrated or hurt. These feelings are natural, but how you respond in these moments is what defines the respect you will command. Start by pausing. Take a breath. The pause itself is a statement. It creates space for respect to re-enter the room. Then, with calm determination, meet their eyes. A steady, composed gaze conveys far more than raised voices ever could. It says, I see what you did, and I am here to be seen too. Words, when chosen carefully, can restore the balance of a conversation. Instead of reacting with frustration, respond with kindness and assertiveness. Say, I'd like to finish my thought, or may I continue? These phrases are not confrontational, they are respectful yet firm, creating a dialogue rather than a standoff. In doing so, you model the very behavior you wish to see in others. It's also important to understand that setting boundaries is as much for your peace as it is for gaining respect. People often test boundaries, not out of malice, but out of habit or oversight. By calmly reinforcing your limits, you teach them to pause, to reflect, and to treat you with the care you deserve. This isn't about demanding respect in loud or forceful ways. It's about earning it through quiet strength. Graceful boundary setting requires patience, but it is profoundly empowering. It reminds you and those around you that respect is mutual. By standing firm without losing your warmth, you create an environment where everyone learns to value not just your presence, but the principles you stand for. In setting these boundaries, you reclaim your voice and show that your age has only deepened your wisdom, not diminished your worth. 3. Deflecting hurtful humor. Few things sting as much as a poorly timed joke at your expense, especially when it's done in front of others. As you grow older, these moments can feel even more pointed, as if your age or life experience is being reduced to a punchline. But here's the truth. How you handle these moments can either reinforce or dismantle the power of such remarks. The key lies in responding with grace, wit, and an unshakable sense of self-worth. When someone makes a joke meant to belittle you, resist the urge to react immediately. A quick retort might seem satisfying in the moment, but it often fuels the very behavior you're hoping to disarm. Instead, pause. Let the comment hang in the air for a moment. This silence, subtle but powerful, shifts the attention back onto the person who made the remark. It forces them to sit with their words and, often, to realize their misstep. Then, with calm composure, ask them to repeat what they said. You might say something like, "I didn't quite catch that. Could you say it again?" This request is disarming because it removes the emotional sting from their comment. It also forces them to confront the weight of their words. Most jokes, when repeated, lose their humor. The laughter dies down, and what remains is a spotlight on the joker, not the joke. In that moment, the dynamic shifts, and the balance of respect is restored. What's remarkable about this approach is that it doesn't rely on anger or retaliation. Instead, it reflects your confidence and emotional maturity. By not taking the bait, you show that your value isn't determined by someone else's attempt at humor. It demonstrates a quiet strength that speaks volumes to everyone present. In some cases, you may choose to respond with kindness instead of confrontation. After the joke has fallen flat, you could say, "I see what you were going for, but I think there are better ways to connect." This response is both firm and forgiving, reminding the other person that respect builds better bridges than sarcasm ever could. Remember, deflecting hurtful humor is not about proving yourself to others. It's about preserving your dignity. By handling these moments with poise and confidence, you set an example, not just for the person who made the remark, but for everyone else watching. You remind them all that age is not a weakness, but a reservoir of strength and wisdom that deserves recognition and respect. 4. Mastering the art of redirection. Conflict can take many forms: sharp words, dismissive tones, or deliberate provocations aimed at unsettling you. As we age, we may encounter these provocations more frequently, sometimes from those who misinterpret experience and wisdom as vulnerabilities. Yet, true strength lies not in meeting fire with fire, but in mastering the art of redirection, a skillful, graceful way to disarm tension and command respect without raising your voice or losing your composure. When someone attempts to provoke you, their goal is often to elicit a reaction. They seek to disrupt your calm, draw you into an argument, or make you appear defensive. But reacting in kind only gives them control over the interaction. Instead, take a moment to breathe, center yourself, and do something unexpected. Change the conversation entirely. A well-placed, unrelated comment, delivered with calm sincerity, can completely disarm even the most persistent provocateur. For example, if someone makes a cutting remark or a condescending observation, you might respond with something like, I've been meaning to ask, do you know a good place for coffee around here? Or, that reminds me, I need to pick up some fresh flowers for the garden. These comments may seem out of place, but that's precisely the point. They catch the other person off guard, interrupting their attempt to control the narrative and forcing them to reconsider their approach. This technique is more than just a conversational tool, it's a way of reclaiming your power. By steering the interaction in a different direction, you remind everyone, including yourself, that you are in control of your emotions and the tone of the conversation. You're not ignoring the provocation, you're choosing not to give it power. And in that choice, you show profound emotional intelligence. The beauty of redirection lies in its simplicity. It avoids escalation, keeps the focus off the provocation, and reinforces your presence as someone who values peace and respect over unnecessary conflict. It also sends a subtle but clear message. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to bring value to the conversation. This approach not only diffuses tension, but also encourages others to mirror your calm and measured demeanor. At its core, redirection is an act of wisdom. It shows that you understand the fleeting nature of provocations and choose to focus on what truly matters: your integrity, your peace, and the relationships that enrich your life. In mastering this art, you prove that age is not a liability, but a testament to a lifetime of learning how to navigate the complexities of human interaction with grace and confidence. 5. Embracing the power of walking away. One of life's most liberating lessons is recognizing when to walk away. As we grow older, this wisdom becomes a cornerstone of self respect. Walking away isn't a retreat or a defeat, it's a profound declaration of your worth. It says, I will not stay in spaces where my presence is undervalued, and I will not tolerate behavior that diminishes my dignity. This act, simple in its execution but immense in its impact, is one of the greatest powers you hold. There will always be people who fail to show respect, whether out of ignorance, arrogance, or insensitivity. Sometimes these moments come from strangers. Other times they stem from those we once trusted, friends, colleagues, even family. These interactions can leave you feeling unseen or unappreciated. It's in these moments that walking away becomes not an option, but a necessity. Staying in such situations often reinforces the very behavior you wish to discourage. Leaving, on the other hand, signals that you value your peace and self-worth more than the approval of others. Walking away doesn't always mean physically leaving. It can mean disengaging from a conversation that has turned toxic, or choosing to invest your energy in relationships and environments that uplift you. It can mean declining an invitation to spaces where you've been made to feel small, or setting a boundary that prioritizes your well-being. These acts are not selfish, they are self-preserving. They allow you to protect your energy, your time, and your sense of self. The beauty of walking away lies in its quiet strength. It requires no raised voices, no dramatic exits, just a calm, deliberate decision to step back from what no longer serves you. In doing so, you remind the world that your time and presence are valuable. You teach others, even those who may not immediately understand, that respect is non-negotiable. Over time, people begin to notice this pattern and adjust their behavior. Those who cannot will eventually fade into the background, making space for those who truly appreciate you. What's more, walking away often leaves a lasting impression. It's an action that speaks volumes without words. It says, I choose not to engage in disrespect or negativity, but I also choose not to carry resentment with me. This mindset frees you from the emotional weight of anger or frustration, allowing you to move forward with grace. Remember, walking away isn't about giving up. It's about choosing yourself. It's about recognizing that your peace is worth protecting and that your presence is a gift, not something to be taken for granted. By embracing this power, you reclaim control over how you're treated and pave the way for a life filled with respect, authenticity, and meaningful connections. In the end, walking away is not an end, it's a beginning, a step toward a life where your dignity remains intact and your spirit shines brighter than ever. 6. Share your wisdom, not your wounds. The beauty of growing older lies in the vast reservoir of experiences you carry, each one a story, a lesson, or a reminder of life's complexities. You've walked paths others are just beginning to explore, and your wisdom is a treasure that deserves to be shared. Yet, the way you share your life's lessons matters deeply. Wisdom is most impactful when it uplifts, inspires, and guides, not when it dwells in past wounds or burdens. As you reflect on your life, you may find moments of pain, regret, or hardship. These moments shaped you, no doubt, but they do not define you. When you share your experiences, choose to focus on the growth, strength, and resilience you gained, instead of saying, I made so many mistakes, and say, what I've learned through my mistakes is this. This subtle shift transforms a story of hardship into a gift of insight, something others can use to navigate their own challenges. Sharing wisdom also means listening as much as you speak. Wisdom is not about dominating the conversation, but about enriching it. When you engage with others, especially younger generations, show genuine interest in their perspectives. Ask open-ended questions like, what's been on your mind lately? Or, what are you most excited about these days? This not only fosters connection, but also shows that you value their experiences as much as they value yours. Your wisdom is most powerful when it is rooted in empathy. Instead of prescribing advice, offer it as a reflection. Say, when I was in a similar situation, I found that this worked for me. What do you think? This approach invites dialogue rather than dictation, creating a safe space for mutual respect and understanding. It allows others to see your wisdom not as a lecture, but as a gift they can choose to embrace. At times, sharing wisdom also means resisting the urge to over-explain or prove yourself. Your worth does not lie in how much you can impart in a single conversation. Sometimes a quiet presence, a knowing smile, or a simple, I've been there too, and it gets better, can convey more than 1,000 words. People often remember how you made them feel more than what you said. Finally, remember that wisdom is a two-way street. While you have much to teach, there is always more to learn. Staying open to new ideas, even in your later years, not only enriches your own life, but also shows others that growth never truly ends. By sharing your wisdom with humility and openness, you inspire respect and gratitude in those around you. Your life has been a masterpiece of moments, some joyous, some painful, but all meaningful. Sharing that masterpiece with others is not just a gift to them, it is a way of honoring the journey you've traveled. In doing so, you remind the world that age is not just a number. It is a testament to a life well lived, full of lessons that continue to shine brightly. 7. Cultivating confidence through self-care. Confidence is a beacon that draws respect from others, and it's a quality that never diminishes with age. It only grows deeper when nurtured. At the heart of this confidence lies self-care, an ongoing commitment to valuing yourself and maintaining your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. In your later years, self-care becomes more than a routine. It becomes a declaration of self-respect and a reminder that your worth is undiminished by time. Caring for yourself starts with honoring your body. Physical vitality may change over the years, but movement, however gentle, remains a profound expression of life. Whether it's a daily walk, yoga, or a simple stretch in the morning, staying active sends a clear message to yourself and others. I am still here, vibrant and engaged with the world. Each step, Each stretch is a reminder that your body, with all its history, is deserving of love and care. Your appearance, too, plays a role in cultivating confidence. Dressing well is not about vanity, it's about self respect. Wear clothes that make you feel comfortable yet confident, that reflect the person you've become. When you look in the mirror and see someone who carries themselves with pride, that image becomes a powerful foundation for how you interact with the world. It reminds others that you value yourself, encouraging them to do the same. Equally important is tending to your mental and emotional health. As life slows down, the mind craves stimulation and purpose. Engage in activities that challenge your intellect or ignite your passions, whether it's reading a book, solving puzzles, exploring art, or learning something entirely new. These pursuits not only keep your mind sharp, but also demonstrate that growth is lifelong. They show that your age is not a limitation, but an asset, a platform for continued discovery. Self-care also means surrounding yourself with positivity. Seek out people and environments that uplift you, that see and celebrate the full spectrum of who you are. Distance yourself from negativity, not out of avoidance, but out of reverence for your peace. The relationships and spaces you choose to invest in are reflections of how much you cherish yourself. Confidence doesn't come from grand gestures. It grows in the small, deliberate ways you show up for yourself every day. It's in the way you greet each morning with gratitude, the way you nourish your body, the way you embrace both your scars and your triumphs as parts of a beautiful unfolding story. When you care for yourself deeply and consistently, others can't help but see you as someone worthy of respect. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's sacred. It's a way of saying, I honor the life I've lived, and I will continue to honor myself in all the days ahead. Confidence born of self-care is a quiet, enduring strength that shines from within, touching everyone you encounter and reminding them that respect begins with how you treat yourself. When you cultivate this confidence, you don't just command respect, you inspire it. 8. The importance of listening. Listening is one of the most profound ways to earn respect, and its power only deepens with age. In your later years, your ability to listen, truly listen, can bridge these gaps, foster understanding, and leave a lasting impression of wisdom and kindness. Listening is not just a passive act. It is a skill, a choice, and a gift that shows others you value their thoughts, experiences, and feelings as much as your own. When you listen deeply, you create a space where people feel seen and heard. In a world that often rushes past, taking the time to slow down and offer someone your undivided attention is an act of generosity. It's not about waiting for your turn to speak or offering advice at every opportunity. It's about being fully present, letting the other person know they matter in that moment. This kind of listening is magnetic. It draws people to you, fosters trust, and nurtures respect. Active listening begins with small, deliberate actions. When someone speaks, meet their eyes. Nod gently to show you're engaged. Lean in slightly to convey that their words hold your attention. Avoid interruptions, even when you feel the urge to share your thoughts. Instead, let the person finish. Then take a moment to respond thoughtfully. These gestures, simple yet powerful, create an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Empathy is at the heart of listening. As someone who has lived through decades of joys, challenges, and changes, you have a wealth of experiences to draw upon. Use this wisdom not to overshadow others' stories, but to connect with them. When someone shares a struggle, you might respond with something like, "That sounds really difficult. I remember going through something similar. Would you like to hear how I handled it?" This approach invites collaboration rather than instruction, showing that you respect their journey as much as your own. Listening also requires humility. It means recognizing that even with all your life experience, there is always more to learn. When you listen to younger generations, you gain insight into new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking. Asking questions like, "What do you think about that?" or "What's your perspective on this?" opens the door to meaningful dialogue and demonstrates that respect flows both ways. True listening isn't just about words, it's about presence. It's about the quiet moments when no words are needed, just a comforting nod, a warm smile, or a hand resting gently on someone else's. These unspoken acts of attentiveness carry as much weight as any spoken reassurance. By listening deeply and intentionally, you create a ripple effect of respect. You teach others that their voices matter, and in doing so, you affirm the power of connection. The people you listen to today will carry that memory forward, knowing they were truly heard by someone who has lived a full life and yet remains open to the stories of others. In listening, you give one of the greatest gifts you can offer: your presence, your empathy, and your respect. And in return, you inspire others to do the same, building relationships that are rooted in understanding and mutual regard. Listening, at its core, is not just about hearing. It's about honoring the human connection that binds us all. 9. Leave a legacy of respect. As we journey through life, the marks we leave on others are often more lasting than the achievements we accumulate. In your later years, leaving a legacy of respect becomes one of the most profound ways to shape how you are remembered, not just by those close to you, but by everyone whose lives you touch. A legacy of respect is not built in grand gestures. It's woven into the fabric of your everyday actions, your words, and the values you live by. To leave this legacy, start by being someone who uplifts others. Celebrate their successes, even the small ones. When someone shares an accomplishment, respond with genuine joy, saying something like, "I'm so proud of what you've done," or "That's incredible. Tell me more." Your encouragement becomes a seed that helps others grow, and your positivity leaves an imprint they will carry forward. Respect is contagious, and when you offer it freely, it inspires others to do the same. Integrity is the cornerstone of a lasting legacy. It's the quiet yet powerful way you hold yourself accountable to your principles, even when no one is watching. Living with integrity means treating others with fairness, honesty, and kindness, whether they are family, friends, or strangers. It's about following through on promises, standing up for what you believe in, and apologizing when you're wrong. These acts, though seemingly small, shape how others see you and remember you. Gratitude is another thread in the tapestry of respect. A legacy of respect is built not just by giving to others, but by acknowledging the gifts they bring into your life. Expressing gratitude, whether for a kind word, a shared moment, or even a simple gesture, shows that you see and value those around you. A heartfelt thank you or "I appreciate you" can have a profound impact, strengthening bonds and leaving a memory of kindness that lingers long after the moment has passed. Equally important is the way you handle conflict. In moments of disagreement, choose to model patience and understanding. Listen before you respond and seek common ground rather than division. When you handle difficult situations with grace, you demonstrate that respect does not falter in the face of challenge. These are the moments when your character shines most brightly, leaving an impression of wisdom and calm that others will strive to emulate. Your legacy also lives in the values you pass down to others, whether through conversations, shared stories, or the way you live your life. You have the power to teach younger generations what respect looks like in action. Show them that respect is not about power or position, but about treating everyone with dignity and compassion. Encourage them to honor their own values and to stand up for others, reminding them that a life rooted in respect is a life well lived. Finally, remember that leaving a legacy is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up day after day as someone who treats others with kindness and values their worth. Even when you stumble, the way you rise again with humility and grace becomes part of the legacy you leave behind. Your legacy of respect is a reflection of the life you've lived and the lessons you've learned. It's a gift to the world, one that will outlast you and continue to ripple through the lives of those you've touched. By living with integrity, gratitude, and compassion, you ensure that your presence will be remembered not just for what you did, but for the way you made others feel. That, above all, is the lasting power of respect. The timeless power of respect. Respect is not bound by age, status, or circumstance. It is a timeless quality that begins within and radiates outward. In your later years, it becomes less about seeking approval from others and more about living in alignment with your own values. It's about honoring your journey, embracing your wisdom, and standing firmly in the knowledge that you are deserving of dignity and recognition. As you reflect on the ways to command respect through your presence, your boundaries, your kindness, and your wisdom, remember that respect is not something you force. It is something you inspire through the quiet strength of your character and the consistency of your actions. Every time you show kindness, demonstrate confidence, or walk away from negativity, you reinforce the message that you are a person of worth and others will rise to meet that standard. But perhaps the greatest gift of respect is not what you receive, but what you give. When you treat others with fairness, listen with empathy, and encourage with sincerity, you leave behind more than just memories. You leave a legacy. This legacy, built on respect, transcends time, impacting not just those around you, but also the generations that follow. In the end, respect is not about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about showing up every day as the person you are, rooted in the lessons of your life and unshaken by the opinions of others. When you live with the respect for yourself and extend that respect to those around you, you become a beacon of grace and wisdom, proving that age is not a limitation, but a testament to a life well lived. So, as you continue your journey, remember this: respect is not demanded, it is earned through love, courage, and integrity. And when you embody these qualities, you don't just command respect, you inspire it. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. And here's to living life on your own terms.